want to be a school teacher, you need a degree and often also a certificate. If you want to fix a car, you have to undertake a mechanics training program. So what kind of education do you need if you want to work in marijuana? In 2016, the marijuana industry employed 122,814 people nationwide, and in 2017, it generated $9 billion of revenue. So who is training everyone who works in this industry? That's a problem Dr. Chad Ewart is trying to solve. He's a professor at Anne Arundel Community College in Maryland, and he's developing what he says will be the first community college certificate for the marijuana industry.
I think there is plenty of stuff out there for the folks that want to be, let's say, in Maryland, a clinical director. That's got to be a doctor, a pharmacist, or a nurse practitioner. We already have a career path for those things here at the college. What doesn't exist is the career path for a credit program for entry-level jobs.
There were already non-accredited programs in the United States, but in January of 2015, Professor Ewart started offering one business class at Anne Arundel, focused specifically on the marijuana industry. It was a hit and continues to be offered every semester.
So the first probably 20 to 25% of the course is looking at those regulations. By that point, they will understand whether I want to start a business or do I want to work in this industry here. So at that point, I try to focus on their needs. You know, whether if it's starting a business, then you're going to start your mini business plan with me. And if you're going to want to work in the field, I try to bring in as many guest speakers as possible to give them access to folks that have these licenses. And the rest of them, then we work on their business plans throughout the rest of the semester.
Students from the program have gone on to work in Maryland's new medical marijuana industry. Sean Boone is launching an app in Baltimore to help provide medical edibles to sick people.
What we did in the class was really dissect the regulations page by page, which actually led me to realize that this business opportunity that I had thought of is possible.
According to Boone, the class isn't a substitute for on-the-job experience, but it gave him the knowledge to be able to get out and go get a job in the industry.
I think it's definitely important for people to be creating these kind of curriculums to educate people for this industry, because right now, in certain places, it's like the Wild Wild West. I know that what I'm looking for when I hire people are people that not only say they want to be in the industry, but have taken those steps to educate themselves, because this is still a substance that needs to be taken care of.
While Boone took a few years between taking the course and starting his business, it's still the same one he pitched at the end of Ewart's class.
How you doing tonight?
Doing all right. How about you?
We made it.
Yeah.
My theory is very simple. Again, I compare this to the gold rush. I call it the green rush. And my shtick was to look at those businesses that are going to support those industries, hence the picks and shovels of the gold rush and stuff. All right. Listen, we're going to make this quick. Are you volunteering?
Yeah, I want to go first.
Go first.
Get it
All
done.
right.
I just read a recent article in the Washington Post that stated that one of the biggest struggles for dispensary owners is actually zoning approvals and landlords that are willing to rent to their businesses. So Green Ventures will take away all that frustration and provide turnkey businesses. So our company will purchase property with specific zoning regulations.
Hi, Alex. Congratulations. Way to go. Way to go.
This class, though, is only the beginning. Professor Ewart has plans to create an entire accredited certificate program for the marijuana industry.
Really, I think the importance is for the industry itself, for the industry to have, to be recognized as something that is legitimate.